everyone, happy Monday motivation and mindset. Thank you so much for being here today to watch the video. Today I wanted to talk about the topic of being limitless. So we all have limits in life, limited beliefs, programs. It's important to know where the limits come from. Everything in life is about the limits. Friends, family, they'll tell you and give you limits from the time that we're very young. This life is all about limits and limitations. So why, you might ask? Well, we're born with survival mechanisms, and in order to survive, we contain those limits. It's our nature. The nature is all about the limits. So the problem is with people in your life and those that are around you, they'll give you limits and they'll put limits, and we start mixing our survival limits with life limits, and we get extremely limited. So the problem comes in many different areas, especially in the relationship area. It could also be in, finances as well. If there's limits and you don't work those out, people will disagree, right? So we've been taught and programmed how much we are going to make, what we're going to do in life. It's all about limit, and that limits our power. So these limits are at subconscious level, also at conscious level. So if you're used to working, guess what? You're going to work. If you don't work, well, then you're used to not working and you're not going to. So we need to pay attention to our limits. The limits will happen at subconscious level, and when we want something, we are going to release at subconscious level that we have the limits. So we need to recognize our limits, and we need to make sure what are the limits for survival. So also you need to recognize what are your limits, to have good in life, good relationships. Boundaries, guys. Set your boundaries, and these boundaries are something that both parties have to accept, because if you can't and you can't work it out, you need to split and remove yourself from that. So limits, as the word says, it will create, divide spaces. Those spaces are in the mind and are at the physical every level. So this limiting, it comes from our survival mechanisms, and we get so limited at what we're doing in different areas of life. So Arturo actually teaches people how to be more limitless in life. Identify the limits that are not good for you, and also identify the limits that are good for you that you have. You cannot just remove the limit and that's it. No, guys, you need to be consistent with it. So for example, it's like playing soccer, and every day to be good at it, you're playing, right? You can't just play once and that's it, right? We want magical, but magic is taking care of, in the practical real world, what we really want. The real magic is taking into practical. So people want Harry Potter magic with the magic wands, but guess what? The magic is happening with every action that you're taking. So every time you aim for something else, expand your belief system. Take the actions towards being a more successful person in business or personal, right? So you need to start taking those actions, and guess what's going to happen, guys? The subatomic explosions of what makes things happen for you. If you're not conscious, guess what, guys? You can also create at a subatomic level things that will come and be against you in life. So you might ask, how can we start to be balancing these limited beliefs and the desires? Well, we are born with a scale heavier in the limits, right? So limited with everything. So what we need to do is start working with your mind about feeling limitless. That's very important. So the vibration of limitless is that I can do everything that is good, but you can also apply this in the opposite. So it's up to you. So really start to think twice before you do evil or good, right? People will try to take advantage of you in life, and you're going to be the one that's going to choose the limits that you allow others to apply to you. And also you get to choose the limits that you apply to yourself. So you really need to learn to define your limits and your values. Where there's good values, you can be limitless in good stuff, guys. Limitless in the values, the prosperity, the abundance, the love. In the end, it is a choice. It's up to you. So in order to start balancing, we need to start making our mind to believe we are limitless and that there is nothing beyond our reach. You can tell yourself that every day. I am limitless and there is nothing beyond my reach. In the end, it's going to be up to you. Arturo always teaches and prefers to be limitless, and everything is in his reach, so he can achieve anything he wants and believes in the good. So it's up to you, guys. What do you choose? Have a wonderful day.